sorry for the delay, and I hope I am audible. Yes, sir. Hello, am I
Yes, sir.
audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are you able to see the screen, sir? Employability and life
Yes,
skills, my
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
PPT.
We can see.
Is it visible full screen or only off?
Yes, sir. It is visible. You can carry on.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thanks for confirming. Yeah, friends, my apologies for the delay in starting. At the outset, I would like to thank Dr. Mehboob Basha, the HOD of Computer Science and Engineering Department of MITS, Madanapalli Institute of Technology and Sciences, and Principal Sir, Dr. Yuvraj Sir, and the team have been involved in supporting this. And thank everyone for the opportunity. And I'm Professor Koteswara Rao, has been introduced by Dr. Vivek. Thanks to Dr. Vivek. And I will go ahead, wasting much of your time, we will go to the session. I am calling you and talking to you from Chennai. Currently, I am working as a professor of training and placement in Saveetha School of Engineering in Saveetha University, Chennai. Right. So basically, I predominantly am from the industry. I work in three multinational companies: Citibank, British Council, and Tech Mahindra. Tech Mahindra is the place where I have spent predominant amount of time of 16 years, and which is the reason why I have fairly good understanding of how they use technology to solve the business problems, of end customer, and I try to bring some of my examples and experience to the forum. And I coined my session as employability and life skills to explain to you what this concept is all about and what it is, and then we will get going about it. At the outset, I yeah, at the outset, I would like to impress upon the fact that what employability is all about. Employability is a concept of procuring a meaningful employment, ability to retain the employment and get the career progression in the employment may be called employability. Okay, and from the context, uh, yeah, from the context, employability. We currently, friends, we are in the era of continuous lifelong employability, and this is the era of employability. And gone are the days where my generation there is the issue of unemployment or unemployment scenario where the job opportunities are limited and number of people graduates are more, and there are limited number of jobs, and the issue was called unemployment. Currently the issue is unemployability. HR, human resource professionals or recruiters, they say that the opportunities are plenty, but the people with the required employability skills are in short supply. They are scanty. That is why I termed the whole presentation as employability and life skills. Let's see what it is. Try to share some of the aspects to impress upon the fact that why it is important, why it's critical for all of us, and how we can learn these skills and in order to be employable throughout our life and become successful both in personal and professional arena. That's the objective of it. Prior to that, I would like to see, yeah, as I mentioned that I was with the IT company Tech Mahindra for about 16 years. I was taking in Chennai. I was taking care of the Tech Mahindra training division called TMLW, Tech Mahindra Learning World. I was also a global learning consultant in TechM, where I used to clearly work with the business unit techies, software engineers, developers, coders, programmers, systems analysts, and to understand, to see that how they use technology to solve the business problems of the end customer. From that perspective, I'll get you some examples from that. And so I was a global learning consultant and head of training called TMLW department in Tech Mahindra. TMLW also consists of ELTP training, entry level technology. You people that fresh from the college are called ELTPs. What is ELTP? Entry level technology professional. You are freshers. You come and directly the company come and hire you. Whatever I'm talking, it applies to all the companies, be it core or IT. Friends, please relate to your own departments. In TechM, I was also in the HR panel of selection committee on campus placement team. I used to go to about 10 colleges to go for the selection of some of the brightest of the bright students from various panel colleges. Okay, so employability is I said this is the era of employability, and the people with the required employability skills are in short supply. That is a constant gripper complaint of HR, human resource professionals. Let's see why they are doing it and what it is and all. Let's see that. Before that, let me spend a few seconds on what engineering is all about. Friends, in 323 BC, during that period, Archimedes was a great engineer, mathematician, physicist. And he was a great engineer. And somebody questioned him, "Sir, you are such a great engineer. Can you move planet Earth?" He said, "Or can you move a big boulder, kind of a rock like nothing?" He said, "Give me a place to stand and a long enough lever. I'll be able to move the planet Earth." And similarly, he said, "If we move, can you move a planet big rock-like thing?" He said, "Give me a rod-like structure and put it under that big boulder or a rock and press it on the other end. Then I'll be able to move it." He calls it as a principles of lever, using a rod-like structure called lever. The principles of lever or leverage was the term he coined for that. That is, using a lever in order to push it on the other end, you will be able to move the biggest, which cannot be done otherwise. It cannot be accomplished and done with the naked hand, with our human hand, with human strength, muscle power, isn't it? That he concept he called the principles of lever or leverage, which is Archimedes says that the very that is the principles of lever is the inception point probably for the exponential growth of engineering as a profession. And today we have about 30 plus branches of engineering. And he said that engineering is all about working with facts and data. Data, when refined, becomes information. Data and working with logic, uh, taking rational conclusions, application of knowledge, innovation, all resulting into problem solving. Engineering is predominantly essentially a problem solving skill. Engineering is essentially a problem solving skill, E equal to PSS or PS square, which means you people are meant for solving the simple and complex problems of society, make this world a better place. Because engineering is a problem solving skill. These are the problem solving skills, are the skills you are learning in these 4 years of your engineering, be it CSE, IT, EEE, mechanical, civil, biomedical, agriculture, whatever is your branch. Problem solving skill. Engineering, BA, BTech and BA degree is not a paper. If without the skills, we are just we're talking about procuring a paper called a BE degree. So it is a problem solving skill. Therefore, it's very important and essential that uh, friends, just a minute. Hello, hello. Yes, sir. Yeah, thank you, sir. Friends, we just started, and I am uh, just kindly listen to me. I am in the. I just started. I am in slide one. I am giving you an introduction about employability and about engineering as a profession. Therefore, Archimedes said that engineering is all about working with data, logic, rational conclusions, application of knowledge, innovation, all resulting into problem solving. The very job and function of an engineer is problem solving. You people are meant for solving the simple and complex problems of society, make this world a better place. There's a very purpose and the notion and very objective of engineering as a profession, you people as a engineers. Therefore, you are a problem solvers of the world. You are meant for solving the simple problems of the society and make this world a better place. Your predecessors have done that, and you are going to do the same thing and make this world a much more better place, and which actually your successors will thank you. Therefore, I request you to feel proud and pat on your back that you are an engineer. You're going to be an engineer in a few weeks, graduate in a few weeks' time, few months' time, and then you are going to solve the problems of the society and make this world a better place. Let's see what it is. Of course, the whole advancement, technology is all contributed thanks to the very functioning of the thanks to the contributions and support of engineers. Archimedes said principles of lever, which means the definition is that it defines the principles of lever as accomplishing seemingly complex and impossible tasks with application of minimal methods, techniques, and tools, systems, and processes may be called as principles of lever. You're using a lever rod-like structure and to move the big boulder, isn't it? Same thing in engineering, whatever the branch, you're using tools, technology, techniques, and systems and processes in order to accomplish bigger things, isn't it? Today, you take it network mobility analytics, cloud, social security, NMAX, or you take about artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, blockchain, machine learning, robotics, whatever you talk about is all using technology and certain applications and designs in order to accomplish bigger tasks and support your customers and in doing a bigger business and support their end customers. Engineering is a problem solving skill. I request you to first of all feel proud that you are an engineer. Okay. Employed is employability. Employability provides success. Let's see, success is an accomplishment of aim or purpose. That's the basic textbook definition of a success, isn't it? We all intended to, we agree for, we are all actually aim at achieving success, be an engineering professional or whatever the profession we are, and achieve success, getting a graduation, through maybe post-graduation or PhD, getting a top dream company, multinational company of your choice, or getting into promotion there and become a project leader, project manager, program manager, a systems analyst and architect, and then head of a business unit or vice president, and no wonder you can also become a CEO, isn't it? We have several examples I can quote you. So success is an accomplishment of aim or a purpose may be called success. Employability is a process of acquiring skills to procure and retain and progress in an employment. I told you that employability means ability to procure a meaningful employment, retain employment, getting employment is not enough. We should have the ability to retain employment. In order to retain employment, we should be continue to learn and be relevant according to our continuous acquisition of skills. The whole thing again boils down to skills and acquisition of skills through continuous lifelong learning. Engineer is a lifelong learning professional, isn't it? So we're learning, we'll see more about it. Procure, retain and progression employment. A set of achievements, understanding and personal attributes that make individuals more likely to gain life skills to be successful in the chosen life and occupation may be called employability according to Peter Knight and Man's Yoke. Okay, success in life is not a product, it is a continuous process. It's an integration of attitude, skills and knowledge of all of us, friends. It's very, very important. We should have a holistic positive attitude and acquire the skills that have been taught in the college, inside the college, outside the college, through your self-learning or whatever the mode, online, offline, acquire the skills and have a holistic knowledge by application of skills to solve the problems, the problem solving. What is your very job and objective and purpose of engineer? As an engineer, your job is problem solving. Okay, well, learning for employability. What is required to be an employable? You see, we are in the era of continuous lifelong employability, right? You need to be employable till your 50 years in order to retain and be relevant and be up to date and be relevant to the industry, to the technology, to the changes that are happening. We are in the era of continuous lifelong employability. So that is very, as long as you're employable, then we are saleable. As long as you're employable, we will be able to retain the job. That's why ability to become employable is called employability. The most, yeah. Here, what is most important for employability and achieving success in that area? Continuous lifelong learning. Okay. What is learning? Learning for employability, there is a great author called Alvin Toffler. He said that most illiterate person of the 21st century is not the one who cannot read, write and speak, but the one who cannot learn, unlearn and relearn. When do we call one person illiterate? If he or she cannot read, write and speak. But Alvin Toffler says that if a person cannot learn, unlearn and relearn, he or she may be called as what is called illiterate person. Therefore, you need to continue to learn. Learning for employability. And therefore, I talked about three words here. I mean, Alvin Toffler talked about three words. I am only gathering from these great people and through my reading and my research. And learning has three dimensions, friends. Learn, unlearn, and relearn. Learn, be a continuous lifelong learner. Unlearn whichever is old and absolute body of knowledge, and relearn whichever is latest and contemporary. It's very, very important, isn't it? Any particular technology, you unlearn the old version of the technology, relearn whichever is the latest version of that particular technology in order to solve the business problems or problems of your customers and be updated with relevant to technology. Right. What industry wants, friends? What exactly looking for? See, last year we conducted in Saveetha School of Engineering, Saveetha Engineering College, we conducted a national seminar called Employability Skills for Engineering Graduates in India. It was well received and attended by 1,000 plus students like you and about 40, 50 faculty. And I requested and taken opportunity, I took an opportunity of presenting a paper on the employability skills of engineering graduates in India. And these points I am sharing to you are some of the ones actually I brought up from the presentation of that particular seminar, national conference. Okay, what industry wants from you? Industry appreciates skilled and deployable candidates. That is, you want to be skilled and deployable candidate who is skilled and deployable and get ready, be a ready-made resource in technology, in IT firm, all multinational companies, people call resources, you know that, right? Appreciate a deployable and skilled deployable candidate who are ready to come and start working in the company day one. And that is what is the meaning of deployable candidate and while in the college itself, please understand. I'm telling you. So they look for a judicious mixture of soft and hard skills, including emotional intelligence and the intelligent quotient. What are so hard skills, friends? Hard skills, you know that your technology and domain skills are called hard skills. And say, algorithms, data structures, OOAD, fundamentals of testing, fundamentals of programming, HDLC lifecycle, C++, Java, Python, Hibernate, Struts, JSP, Angular JS, in Java Stream. So if knowing all this, actually, these are all specific technology hard skills in your domain area, and soft skills are your what life skills, which we are talking today. Today, I'm going to emphasize on the essential life skills which are required that will enhance your employability. I strongly advocate as a teacher of life skills that soft skills or life skills enhances your employability, keep you gives you success, and make you what is called go places, take you to places, and become extremely successful in personal and professional life. Let's see what are some of them. So judicious mixture of life skills, rather soft skills and hard skills. Hard skills are your technology domain skills, including great degree of emotional balance, emotional intelligence, and intelligent quotient. You know that. Daniel Goleman, who wrote the book Emotional Intelligence of 25 years ago, he said that EQ is greater than IQ. You need to request all of you to nurture and grow with a strong emotional balance and emotional intelligence, emotional quotient, which is very critical for your success in life. In interviews or generally in the employer, your HR looks at your emotional balance, emotional intelligence in the as part of your interview process as well, not just your technical knowledge. If you ask me as a teacher of life skills, I give a 50 plus 50. This is like a two sides of the same coin. So please focus on these as well. It's very important. EQ is greater than IQ. Emotional intelligence, emotional quotient is greater than IQ was propounded by Dr. Goleman, who wrote the book Emotional Intelligence, Daniel Goleman. Currently, Indian youngsters have immense energy and lack the reduction to grab the offer. They're looking for right educated mentors. And surveys are saying that over 70% of engineering graduates in India are unemployable. And life skills enhances the employability and the success of the graduates, engineering, especially let's talk today about engineering graduates. And this is, I'm not saying this, friends, this is what actually surveys are saying that. For example, Harvard University and Stanford University, the respected universities, in the US, they said this, they have done a survey last year. They said Harvard University has done a survey, and they said that 85% of our career success depends on interpersonal skills and the team working and the leadership skills. Stanford University has done a survey, and they said that 87% of our success in our career and life profession depends on communication skills, ability to work as a team player, emotional intelligence, and leadership skills. Therefore, all these are essentially our life skills, isn't it? Let us continue expectation from industry. Industry expects a plug and play employee. I told you that they expect you to learn in the college, right? In the 4 years, what are the skills that are required? Programming knowledge, coding, programming, testing, and developing skills to a larger, to a good, comfortable extent in the college itself. Therefore, you need to work hard, practice thoroughly, friends. Industry expects a plug and play employee, meaning that the moment you come there, you plug and play without much of a big orientation in the company. I was heading the ELTP freshers training in TechMs. I was a Satyam guy. You know Satyam Computers, right? Established by Sri Ramalinga Raju Garu in Hyderabad in 1987, and from Bhimavaram is an MBA from Ohio University, US, and in 87. Satyam Grape Gardens Spinning Mills transformed into Satyam Computers. Satyam is the name of his beloved father, Satyanarayana Rajgaru. And respect, as a mark of respect to his father, he named the company as Satyam Computers. It got to great heights, and Satyam was the fourth largest IT company in India. You know that. Raju has taken it to great levels, and Raju has become a poster boy of IT in India at the time. And during the Satyam, then in 2009, it had a crisis and financial mismanagement and manipulation of accounts. And then actually the company, the Satyam Computers, had a problem. Then it has 2009. I was there in that turbulent period, but in the 3 months it had ups and downs, and then we had a lot of uncertainty. Then taken over after 3 months. They conducted an auction and then acquired by Tech Mahindra. I think predominantly CSE IT and circuit people, you should know about this. Why a fourth large IT company has collapsed in India, and who picked it up, and what happened, what really happened to company. The chairman Raju did a manipulation of the accounts, and manipulated the account books of Satyam, and then it has shown the wrong figures, and then he confessed at one point in time, and then the share price has crashed and come down, and Satyam had a very very, very adverse name in the market, and Raju was named as a tainted CEO, and Satyam was become a tainted company and all that. But 300 plus good global customers are real, 50,000 techies like you are real, and therefore Satyam has survived, and Satyam, and we are emotional about Satyam, in Hyderabad. I worked in the head office of Satyam Hyderabad, and where Raju used to sit there. And then Dr. Manmohan Singh, when that crisis happened, Raju wrote a big confession letter and walked into jail. And then he sent a team of Kiran Karnik, Deepak Parekh, 3 months to study Satyam and then restate the accounts and conducted an open auction. Then Tech Mahindra happened to be the highest bidder and acquired and bought Satyam. It became Mahindra Satyam. Later, it became full-fledged Tech Mahindra now. 50,000 plus of employees of Satyam and 50,000 employees of Tech Mahindra all put together, it became a 1 lakh strong employees of Tech Mahindra. Today, it has 1.5 lakh people. Anyway, companies in Satyam days or Tech initial days, after that, I was there for 7-8 years and then I moved out. In the initial days, ELTP, freshers training, the people like you who come to straight from college, there used to be 1 year of 8 months to 1 year of ELTP training. Currently, the ELTP training is 1 month. They're shrinking it because they're expecting that skills, the programming, the thoroughness of the skills need to be acquired in the college itself. That's why they expect a plug and play employees, first day, first hour productivity from you. First day, first hour, you should be productive without much of a big orientation. Of course, they have 1.5 month ELTP training, ELTP freshers. And well-rounded holistic professional right skills and attitude. Attitude is very, very, very predominantly important, friends. If you ask me, sir, what is one life skill that will enhance, boost up our employability? I'll say attitude, positive attitude. You need to nurture yourself with a positive, holistic attitude, and attitude is the one thing that take you places, friends. And that is the fundamental #1 life skill. It's very, very important. HR. I feel HR means people who come to the, whether on campus, off campus, pool campus, wherever you go tomorrow. And those people who come for recruitment are called HR. I feel, and my wife is a senior HR leader and, has introduced, and so therefore I know what they expect and what's happening. HR says that we hire for attitude and train for skills. They say that we hire people in the interviews when they come. Of course, you need to clear online test and all that, but predominantly in the interview, technical interview or HR interview, they look for a positive, holistic and attitude and enthusiasm of the candidates. And even if the person is little low on the skills and technology, he or she gets hired. We hire for attitude, train for skills, but training a person on skills is easier than training a person on the attitude. So that is a new normal. Our attitude can be our best friend. Attitude determines altitude in life. Attitude can be best friend, or it can be worst. If it's a positive, it is best friend. If it's a negative, it is a worst enemy. So nurture and develop and grow with a positive attitude is my request. Are you nurturing holistic professionals who are ready for job, ready for life, and ready for society? Is what the question needs to be asked by all the educators of India. Whatever I am talking, I am studying the reports, employability reports of entire India. There is a company Aspiring Minds in Gurgaon, Delhi. They conduct every year National Employability Skills Survey of every year across all the. India has 4,200 engineering colleges. They take sample of at least of 3,000-4,000 engineering colleges. They conduct a survey. In that survey, they are saying constantly some of these findings. They say that 70% of engineering are unemployable. They lack employability skills, which is a big issue, and which is the reason why those people are not able to get into their dream jobs, into the dream companies and top-notch multinational company they aspire to go. But they are getting into second or third when smaller, medium-sized companies and somehow compromising. That is what actually the meaning of 70% being unemployable is. What is the meaning of that? Surveys are constantly saying that I'm telling that not to scare you. I'm telling you to open the eyes and know the reality, be candid, and then enhance the skills and learn as much as possible. Enhance the skills and become employable and become extremely ready and become a good techno-functional consultants and develop a good hard and life skills and be a holistic, well-rounded engineering professional leader is what my aspiration for you. Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think is what actually Albert Einstein has said that. What industry expects again? Friends, you know that currently we are in the fourth industrial revolution. We call this era of technology. We call this also as era of digital disruption. Digital technologies are causing rapid changes. That's why we call it as the era of digital disruption. We also call this whole world as the world as the VUCA world. What is VUCA, friends? VUCA stands for volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. Isn't it? I hope we heard about it. Otherwise, listen carefully, friends. The whole world is called VUCA world. VUCA stands for volatile, ever evaporating, uncertain, lack of certainty, complex, lack of simplicity, and ambiguous, lack of clarity. Why is this VUCA phenomena? We are in the VUCA paradigm in the VUCA world because of exponential growth and changes and rapid change in the technology, which we call it as phenomenon of digital disruption. In digital technology, the rapid changes are causing and creating this VUCA world. How to tide over, for example, to say there are a lot of changes, we have been experiencing a lot of changes from your childhood. Now change is only constant. Change never ends. Change never ends. Change is the only constant. Change is here to stay. Change is here to stay, and change is good. Understand change, absorb change, and change we can say in a whole day. So it's very important. And for example, COVID-19 is an example of a rapid sudden change. Without giving any warning, the world changed in a day's time, and suddenly we are worried and scared. We are trying to combat and come out of it pandemic, and we are scared. We are wearing mask and sanitizing, hand washing, and we are taking all precautions to in order to come out of this unfortunate pandemic situation. So, in order to tide over the VUCA world, you need to have a vision for the industry or institution. You can appoint, of course, academic as well as corporate institution, understands the market environment and clarity of thought and action, whatever you do, and work with a sense of urgency, ability, agility and speed. Agility, agile is speed, right? Agility, agile or agility, both are same. Is a verb and one is a noun. And speed, work with good speed. That, in other words, the whole industry leaders or management gurus ask you to work with a sense of urgency, friends. Cannot be laid back and work slowly and be lethargic. Don't consider this COVID period as a lazy, lethargic, slow period. Please consider it as an opportunity. And one industry that is going unabated without interruption is education and learning. Is going virtually thanks to your college that we are conducting our virtual programs, and thanks to the whole industry. And therefore, it continues to grow. So we need to work with sense of urgency. And now you have some free time and make use of it and do a lot of learning, a lot of reading, acquired certifications, acquired some new skills. Be ready by the time you come back to college. So world looks for people with immense energy, authenticity, and empathy. It's and dignity and empathy. Very important. They look for industry looks for first hour productivity and plug and play employees. They look for a multivariate skills in you, including if you have foreign language skills that adds value, friends. Please acquire some foreign language and be ready with that. And if you have it, that will be really good. For instance, if I was in the interview in TechM, if a person has a Japanese language, probably I would have thought of hiring that person and put up that person in my Nissan Japan project in Tokyo. So that Japanese language adds add value, and it gives extra brownie points to the pet candidate in selection of the selection process. Therefore, you require multi-area skills and with including foreign language skills. Try to pick up some foreign language also in the process. There are a lot of online free courses available, certifications available. Please try to do that, isn't it? Always. Take the guidance of your teachers and do it online, offline, whatever you do. Please pick up something. They look for a kind-hearted, very noble and motherly Mother Teresa, and they look for a strong, agile, and aggressive Sylvester Stalin in one person. It's very important. Digital disruption. I'll give some example. I told you we are in the era of digital disruption. You know it better than me. Ola, Uber, without owning a single cab, they are the largest travel company in the world. Airbnb, without owning a single hotel room, is the largest hotel chain in the world. And the Google, Facebook, Alibaba, Netflix are the examples of digital disruption, isn't it? When I was doing my MSc and MBA in Andhra University, Vizag, Andhra University is my alma mater. I am proud that I am from Andhra University, Visakhapatnam, and there was no Google. We used to go to Krishna Memorial Library and write reams of papers. You're a lucky generation, friends, isn't it? Google, searching has become synonymous with Googling, right? We used to go to library, and Google has come only 10 years back, and you people are really lucky. And then MMAX. So these are the examples, and currently in IT industry, so I can relate to technology industry, and these technologies not only impacting, influencing the functioning of IT companies, they are influencing and impacting functioning of core companies also, isn't it? For example, this AI, IoT, blockchain, machine learning, and robotics are also impacting manufacturing and banking and all that, right? Isn't it? Therefore, technology is all pervasive, be all end all, and it will encompass and embrace all the domain areas. Therefore, I request civil, mechanical, and other branches also be cautious and learn about it and know about it and be ready for the transition. Know about the industry trends and technology trends that are happening, and be ready for the enhance your employability and ready for the for meeting the opportunities. NMAX. What is NMAX? I know industry, especially technical technology companies are working on $1 million projects in NMAX. What is NMAX? Network Mobility Analytics Cloud Social Security. NMAX is called Technology Strategy for Business Transformation. And if you, yeah, technology strategy business transformation, that is, they use NMAX to transform the business of their end customer. That's why it was there when I was in TechM. I have seen, and I am a certified NMAX professional. Everybody, though I was in training, I was taking care of the TMLW, Tech Mahindra Learning World, and all 1.5 lakh employees have to do NMAX basic certification. That's why I'm talking to you with my awareness. Okay, changes, yeah. So you need to know NMAX is called Technology Strategy for Business Transformation. NMAX encompasses all that current trends that are happening, like artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, blockchain, machine learning, robotics, data science, data analysis, and whatever you call it. And all these are maybe can be grouped in one of these part of the NMAX. I'm sure you are aware of it. You are learning about it, reading about it. They may not be in the part of your JNTU, Anantapuram. I think your institution belongs to that. You are a very prestigious, wonderful college, and you have great teachers, great history for the college. You are very fortunate students, friends. Learn them in the college, outside the college, wherever it is. Because in IT, in interviews, definitely they ask you, hey, what do you know about the latest technology trends happening in the industry? Can you quote some of the trends? This is a definite question, and if you don't tell about, not able to articulate about AI, where do you apply AI, what is IoT, and what is this, what is machine learning, what is expert systems and robotics, what is called big data and all that, and we'll have a problem. Therefore, please learn that, study it, ask your professors. Some of it may be there in the curriculum, may not be there, but whatever the case be, please learn, because that's how the changes are happening. That is what actually the digital disruption is offering to you, and is offering, friends, wherever there are challenges, and you agree with me that there are opportunities, right? When there is a technology is posing you challenge, it is also giving you tremendous amount of opportunities. Please grab the opportunities both the hand, be ready. Surveys are saying that in 3 to 4 years time, the kind of jobs you are going to occupy are not yet created and conceptualized so far. You are going to do the jobs that require new skills with the advent of the current emerging technology. Maybe NMAX, network mobility and cloud security, or AI or IoT or data science or whatever. So be ready for that and learn about it. Don't think only about older technology. Please be contemporary about the emerging technologies. Read about it. Read about it, and it's very, very critical and important for it, friends. Where do you know about it? You ask your professor, read in the internet, go to that. According to me, in technology companies in IT, we used to look at reports, Gartner reports. What is Gartner? Gartner is the IT analyst and market survey company, market research company, and that gives you the trends that are happening in the technology space, region-wise, technology-wise, company-wise. Gartner.com, Gartner. I, I spell it again, Gartner, Gartner.com, Gartner.com, Gartner. Go to Gartner.com, you'll know all the trends. Okay, fine. There are changes happening. Change is only constant change when you want to, yeah, isn't it? Change is only pervasive, change is here to stay, change never ends till our lifetime. Life is very short, friends, isn't it? The change when you want to, not when you have to, is what actually our business leader Jack Welch has told us. Is a G, who is Jack Welch? Was the boss of GE. What is GE? General Electric. General Electric was the company established by Thomas Alva Edison about 100 years back, and for 20 years in 1982 to 2000, Jack Welch worked as a CEO, and he changed the company dimension from 5 billion to 550 billion and transformed the entire company. I love that leader. Not only me, entire world loves him as a business leader. He was an engineer like you. He passed away 6 months back, unfortunately. Of course, he was 80 at that time, 78 or 80. And he said he gave a lot of knowledge, a lot of yarn about leadership and that managing technology, managing corporations, industry, right? He was known as a gold standard against which other CEOs are measured. He said, change is constant, embrace change, and change when you want to, not when you have to. Meaning that, for example, in January onwards, for example, new programming language is coming. Now you are comfortable, I think, .NET, Java, Python, you are learning now in college. Something else is coming, for example, and you need to learn that in January and be ready to learn that and be ready in November, in December itself. Why wait till January? For example, the college is trying to change some rules, regulations, and policies and principles of working for the college in the best interest of your students and faculty and all the stakeholders. Therefore, actually any college puts up any rules and regulations for the benefit of students only, isn't it? I know that very well that because I am also in my college now. So and college is saying that there is some change in the rules and regulations of the college from December. Be ready in November itself. So change when you want to in November. Why do you have to wait till December? Change why in December you have to change, right? That is the meaning of the statement. Change when you want to, rather than when you have to. If you don't adopt to change, we'll soon join dinosaur clan. What happened to dinosaurs? You know dinosaurs, right? They're mighty, huge, big, and very proud creatures. And they said, no, nothing doing, and I am a great animal, and I don't go with the changes of proposed by the foolish man Charles Darwin. And I need specific temperature, food, and conditions and environment. I don't change. It was adamant and it posed resistance to change. Therefore, the whole evolution process has made dinosaur to become extinct. And what happened? Dinosaur become extinct, vanished, and perished, and vanished into thin air. Whereas a small, tiny ants were able to see them till today. Would you be like smart like ants or foolish like dinosaurs? That is called adaptability. This is the era of adaptability, survival of the most adaptable. And I'll tell you a little more about it. So you guys are called DSC, digitally savvy employees, and Gen Y. You ask question probably why this, why that, why this technology, why this process system and all probably. We also are Gen Z people, Gen Z, and you guys are called digitally savvy employee. You are digitally savvy. I know all of you are know more about technology than I am talking about. So with great degree of passion and ambition, is it you operate with giant amount of passion? What is passion, friend? A love and regard for whatever you do may be called as passion. I request all of you to operate with fire in the belly, not ordinary passion, fire in the belly passion. Whatever you do assignment, you do a project, you write an exam, or you giving a small presentation in the college. Tomorrow you undergo a training, and tomorrow you join say TCS, and your job as a software engineer, you do with a tremendous degree of passion, fire, not ordinary passion, fire in the belly passion, and show ambition. In interview, people look at your height of ambition, whether this candidate is ambitious and this candidate is having a great degree of ambition and fire and willingness to grow in life, or is want to be stagnated. So they look at your ambition and your hunger for growth, then you get selected. So show a good degree of ambition and demonstrate fire in the belly passion. Keep changing with the times, keep running to be changing with the times. Otherwise, we join dinosaur clan. It's like running on the treadmill. You have a treadmill in your house. When it is on, if you stand without running, what will happen? It will fall down. So it's like running on the treadmill to be on the same place. That is what changes are happening in the technology space, in the whole world, in the era of digital disruption, and in this VUCA world. Therefore, be ready and keep changing and be adaptable. The mind is not a vessel to fill, and it is a wood that needs to be ignited. Okay, disruption in the learning. Yeah, the only mantra I told you is continuous lifelong learning to enhance our employability through life skills. Okay, employability, learning is synonymous to learning. So in order to acquire good degree of learning, what we require? Good amount of training. And training, of course, the word training is a taboo in MNCs, multinational companies. They already changed the words to training to learning already, which is why the place I work to call SLC, Sachem Learning Center. In Techcom, it is called Tech Mahindra Learning World. So in college or in the academic life or in corporate life, they keep offering you these programs, upskilling, reskilling, and cross-skilling on a recurring basis, which is a recurring requirement. You need to upskill into your own technology, reskilling and cross-skill into other technologies is very, very important. Example, I've seen in 16 years in a very hard way in IT company that a person who loves COBOL, DB2, CICS, and all that, the mainframe technology, legacy systems, mainframes, and he was not willing to, as a vague example I'm giving, not willing to get trained in open source web-based, web-enabled technology called Java. Therefore, and HR waited for a couple of months, requested him to get trained in Java .NET. He was refused to do that. He wanted to grow in mainframe, COBOL, DB2, CICS, and all that. And on fine day, what happened? The mainframe projects have come down to 1%. And this particular city, but particular location, that particular man, mainframe expert, is not having work or a project. They said, my dear friend, there's no projects for your skill. Could you please move off? Could you please go away? Can you please trigger your exit and go away? They politely ask the person to go away. Therefore, if you don't change, if you don't upskill, reskill, cross-skill into the current contemporary emerging technology, what will happen? We lose our job. For example, I know Java. If I know Java, I can show that I am working as a software engineer, and I can show that I can retain and sustain my job and feed my family for 5 years, 6 years, maximum as long as Java exists. After 5 years, if Java goes or something else comes, and if I don't keep my eyes and ears open, learn that new programming language, what will happen to my job and my family? Will fall on the roads. That is what is the example of you keep upskilling, reskilling, and cross skilling because it to be relevant, to be up to date, and to be relevant to the industry, and to avoid being obsolete and outdated. So upskilling is a dire need, and otherwise you become redundant and irrelevant. Blended learning is you need to harp on both online and offline, traditional learning and online learning. I'm glad you are doing a lot of online classes now, and I'm glad that we are also doing this 1 hour program in order to sensitize the fact that why it is very, very critical and important for all of us. And I think, and your college, I briefly saw the website, you're already into wonderful open source resources and learning programs. Please continue that. I really appreciate. MOOCs, Coursera, Simply Learn, Audacity, Programs at NPTEL. All this, Swayam, I think you are a nodal center of NPTEL, which is an initiative of MHRD, Government of India, which is of NPTEL is the courses, free online technical courses offered by 8 or 10 IITs in India, and as directed by MHRD, Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India. NPTEL courses are very critical. I know since your college is a nodal college, you are also, I am assuming that you would be having already NPTEL certifications. You people having at least 2 or 3 or 4, each one of you. If not, kindly do it. Talk to your teachers and kindly do it now. I am proud to say that I have 4 NPTEL certifications relevant to my life skills in team building, leadership, emotional intelligence, and I have an NPTEL certified soft skills professor. Okay, therefore, they're all 12 weeks programs and all that. So kindly do it. All these open source certifications, please. They're all free certifications. Some are paid certifications. For example, in PTL, it offers you 8 weeks to 12 weeks period of an online free online courses taught by audio. In an NPTEL beautiful platform, offered and taught by videos, or video lectures are given by IT professors. It's a great opportunity. And to get a certificate, you have to clear one exam, a test, proctored exam, assignments every weekend. Then end of that 8 weeks or 12 weeks, you have to take one exam at the nearby center, paying a very nominal fee of 1,000 rupees. Is it exam hall center, invigilation center charge or whatever? Very nominal fee, 1,000 rupees. Then they'll send you a beautiful e-certificate, and they'll laminate and send you a beautiful certificate. You know that. Please do that and acquire online certifications and do some online courses. Be ready in this few months. It's very, that acts as a differentiator. I think industry will respect your learning. If you have this, they say that you respect learning, and they say that besides doing your academic programs, you also have the certification, which is a hallmark of your respect for learning, and then your chances of getting selected will become much better, because it is a testimony that you respect learning. That's why you are learning these certifications. So please do that. NPTEL. NPTEL free online courses, you can Google it, you can find it, and I'm currently doing 2 more. Okay, how to get people learn anywhere on their own is very challenge for all of us. Efforts to impart the learning, and I really appreciate your college for that. And Steve Jobs, you know Steve Jobs, right? A founder of Apple, he said, "Stay hungry, stay foolish. Stay hungry for learning. Stay foolish and ask if you don't know any particular piece of information or skill. Stay hungry for continuous lifelong learning. Stay foolish and ask your teachers, maybe your friends, your fellow classmates or friends. That's sir, I don't know this particularly. Please teach me, sir. They'll be happy to teach you. Very important. Stay hungry and stay foolish. Very important. What environment looks for? Environment looks for research orientation, lifelong employability from you, and measure for improvement. Teams or individual, they prefer a good team, world-class team player. They expect you to balance both high technologies and high-touch relationship building. They expect you to be, accountability and ownership and responsibility to be taken by you. It's very important. Friends, please remember one thing very strongly. Honesty, sincerity, accountability, responsibility, and commitment are all highly saleable qualities. An engineer should have all. Engineer should be, first of all, a good human being first. That's what I was taught by my vice president, my HR, before going to campus selection. They said, check with what that person, he or she is. Whether the person is a kind-hearted person, nice person, genuine, honest, or person with authenticity and righteousness, or person is only obsessed with success and ready to cut the moral corners to achieve the success by hook or crook. What kind of a human being you are? Otherwise, they look at your resume as just as a list of skills. They would like to, in interview, they ask 30 minutes to 40 minutes to ascertain who you are as a person. And so, and if you are a good learning professional, you can transform your company into learning organization, isn't it? It's very, very important. Employment paradigm, inquiry research mindset, the sense of urgency, I told you, work with good speed and agility, very, very, very important, isn't it? All multinational companies are doing their projects for their customers in agile method. Waterfall method of slow waterfall, traditional method of project management is gone, and currently 80% of the projects are happening in agile method of project management. I also did my basic program on PMP in TechM. High productivity, high commitment, and collaboration and teamwork, and is what we expected from you. Adaptability, flexibility to change, learnability. What is learnability? Ability to learn is called learnability. Life paradigm. People want, yeah, you guys, DSC, digitally savvy employee. People want open, honest work environment. You want a challenging work. You want organizations to support your learning. And when you join industry, you want them to support your learning by reimbursing your certification cost or your higher education cost, something like that. For example, in TechM, we used to reimburse 70% of the tuition fee of BITS Pilani MSSC program, Master of Science in Software Engineering program, once the associate clears it. Employees in IT company called associate. So isn't it? So you are willing to make a difference. You're going to make a difference and grow in the company, isn't it? It's very, very important. If opportunity doesn't knock, you build a door. But what actually great man Alvin Toffler said. There is an organizational Gallup in US and is a market research company. He said these are the skills required in the current VUCA world, in the current era of digital disruption. Rather, all the techies, engineers like you. Seamless collaboration, team working with each other, learn from each other. Knowledge, we have good knowledge in construction and able to articulate your knowledge. You should know how to apply knowledge to solve the problems. And, isn't it? Engineering is all about problem solving. Please don't forget that. You should work with problem solving mindset. You should work with solution mindset. If anyone can identify a problem, but only few people can identify solutions. Work with a solution mindset or problem solving mindset. Those people will become strong leaders in short period of time and they become top leaders. For example, Sundar Pichai Satya Nadella joined 12 to 15 years back like a software engineers in Sundar Pichai in Google, Satya Nadella in Microsoft. Today they are CEOs. What it shows? All MNCs respect meritocracy, and if you are dynamic, if you are a star player, if you add value to the table, be a person of value, create and generate and add value to the company. You can apply to your college also now. You be a good student, add value, do your assignment and process on time, and teach your fellow friends, your classmates, teach your juniors, third and second year students, take small classes or sessions, and be good at conduct some GD programs. Then you are a leader, isn't it? So you can apply all this in all walks of life, in student life right now as well. Skilled communication, global awareness. You need to think global, act local. Find out what is it. Do you have global awareness about the technology now happening in America, happening in your, what are the global trends happening in engineering education? What is the future of AI in India, US, Australia, Africa, Japan? What is the business value of using IoT, and how is the AI going to replace man? Is it going to throw open new opportunities? Can you write an essay? Can you speak for 5 minutes about it? Can you articulate your thoughts in an interview? All that you have to read a lot. Ask your professors, do it, read a lot. And some of the technologies, if you are already learning, try to do a small project in the college, and so that you can proudly talk about it in the interview room. If you say that you are working on emerging technologies in the interview, you'll have brownie point, extra advantage. Be a problem solver and have an entrepreneurship mindset, isn't it? 3-4% of the people may become entrepreneur and may start your own venture of your own. You start your own company and you become a job giver instead of job seeker. What professional competencies are required? Communication skills, manage with integrity and authenticity, logic and learn to research, problem solving, team working, and demonstrate positive attitude and behavior. I told you, be authentic and righteous and be value driven, critical thinking, creative thinking, and lateral thinking. They're all very, very important aspects, isn't it? They are very important aspects which are required according to Gallup research. Be responsible, ability to think out of the box, come out of the comfort zone, ability to think out of. You can't take calculated risk and think out of the box and be ready for the global technology space and global industry. Ability to think out of the box and take a calculated risk and come out of your comfort zone, and the people management skills, Collaborate, participate, and respect diversity. Diversity means male, female, gender diversity as well as cultural diversity. And tomorrow we don't know. You go to India, or you go to any city or any country, you may have to work with what is known as nationality. Your colleagues from 10 different nationalities. Your colleague sitting next to you may come from Africa, Japan, US, or UK, or Pakistan. You should be able to understand, appreciate the cross-cultural sensitization. Yes or no? That's what is a diversity. Okay. Persuasion, negotiation skills, collaborate and participate, respect diversity, end user orientation. Find out what customer exactly wants and be oriented towards it, and greater listening skills. Communication is of course very important, and communication is they'll tell in the next slide more about it. Be Find out what exactly customer orientation. Think about what for you're developing a software for your customer. So you exactly have ask questions, have gather necessary specs, and then start working. Emotional intelligence, I told you EQ is greater than IQ. It's very important. You need to be emotionally balanced. Emotional intelligence is very critical. Life skills enhance employability. Communication is equivalent to breathing, friends. Communication skills are critical. You know about, I need not tell you. Communication is the process of transmitting a message from a sender to a receiver, getting a feedback, sender, receiver, feedback, and message. They are the four elements of communication. It's two types: verbal, non-verbal. Four elements of communication are listening, writing, reading, and speaking. We know it very well, and it's very critical, very important. If you ask me, what is the most important employability skill, which is bugging the engineering graduates in India, in when I see the employability reports of aspiring minds started 15 years ago in Delhi by IIT Madras graduates. Of course, most of them are from there, and they conduct every year employability skill survey reports every year. They say that 70% unemployable and all that. The primary reason why the industry, the HR, saying that the people are unemployable, employability percentage is very high because of lack of communication. One bugging issue. Communication has become the roadblock, impediment, and become the bottleneck for the engineering graduate. And not only engineering friends, probably it can apply to all professions also. Let's Today we are in engineering college. Let's talk about it. So it has become a fundamental roadblock and bottleneck for the engineering grad. Therefore, I request you to please focus on that to improve your communication, verbal, non-verbal. Work on these four as elements of communication: listening, writing, reading, and speaking. Are you a good listener? Can you listen for 15, 20 minutes or 1 hour, 2 hours continuously without losing patience and concentration? Or can you listen to understand? Are you listening to reply? Are you listening to understand the message of your teacher or a friend, or listening to reply or respond? Can you write for example, a small essay on pandemic, corona, COVID-19, or demonetization in 250 words without mistakes? And can you take care of your written communication? Can you read a newspaper or a good magazine or a journal article aloud for 5 minutes or 10 lines with the proper pronunciation and with a good understanding that particular article? Can you speak fluently? And speaking is not giving lectures, but can you speak meaningfully with using a simple English without much mistakes, with much problems, by minimizing MTI, mother tongue influence, minimizing usage of fillers, which your accent and your language is understandable by the professionals of other countries, other nationalities. I told you about cross-cultural sensitization, right? Can your interviewer understand your communication? Can you speak? Can you give a small jam session, just a minute session? Can you give a small presentation on Python in your college tomorrow when your professor asks you? What is, please, one of this LW, listening, writing, reading, and speaking, all these four skills, and become better and better. If you're, I think you're all good at communication, friends, but become better. Please practice regularly. That is the bugging, and that is actually the one of the top reasons for making the people unemployable. Please take care of it. They observe communication, HR, and in interview they observe your communication skills very closely. In GD, they observe your communication, right? Group discussion, right? Be a world-class listener. Listen to understand, not to reply. But most of the cases, we are not good listeners, including me. We only hear and we are ready to, we calculate our response without listening properly. So the purpose of listening is understanding, not just responding, replying. It's not just enough, and you need to understand and have a great degree of emotional quotients and consciousness and articulation. Skill to demonstrate simplicity. If you, yeah, the great man Albert Einstein said, use a simple language in communication, be it written or verbal, spoken. So then read good magazines, journals, newspapers every 1 hour. Watch English news, NDTV, Times Now, CNN, IBN, India Today, and Republic being shouted by Arnab Goswami every day. You know that. You know Arnab Goswami, right? So please, are you watching it? 30 minutes to 1 hour, 30 minutes minimum watch English news. It will help you a lot. You get current affairs plus you get good channels. This and read good newspapers, Hindu, Times of India, and Indian Express, DC, or whatever. If you not communicate in a simple terms, you are not able to understand. You are not understood the concept at all. Is what Albert Einstein said. What he said: if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. You cannot understand well enough. What life skills enhance teamwork? Friends, you know that all multinational companies, be it core or IT, whatever I am saying, it applies to all industries. They expect you to be a world-class, level of effort, efficient, and a very top-class team player. What is team? Team is a group of individuals working for a common objective. Dr. Ken Blanchard, an author and a business guru, he said, he had taken team as a abbreviation. He said, team stands for together everyone achieves more. If you are together, everyone achieves more is what the connotation meaning given by Ken Blanchard. Industry expects a world-class level 5 team player. Already TCS Cognizant have started putting in advertisement saying that the candidate has to be a team player. Success of organization by many such teams. Teams are projects are run by teams, and you need to succeed as work as a team member and succeed as a team member. For individual single person, they don't give a project, right? In any technology companies, and it's very success of yeah. We work as a team and run as a team, and coming together at the beginning and working as a success. Who said that? Henry Ford. So not finance, not strategy, not technology. The teamwork that determines the success of an organization, individual, organization, nation, or civilization. Patrick Lencioni has said that. Leadership and time. I told you, friends. Don't think leadership is only director, manager, vice president alone are leaders. Each and every person can be a leader. For me, all of you are leaders. Leadership is a passion, not a position. And if you take responsibility, ownership, and commitment and the overall accountability, you are a leader. And since you are already taking commitment, responsibility, accountability for your studies, for your project, for your assignment, for your life, for your results, for your college, for your family, and for your India, for your beloved country, you are a leader. Yes or no? We need globally, we need leaders, not just managers or bosses. Very, very important. As an engineering leader, you have the competence and capability to transform the destiny of this country, and the world is transformed to reshape the country. Our country is awaiting reshaping from you because you are the future of our beloved country, India. Time management, time management, two things, two words you have to understand, friends. What are they? Urgent and important. A task is urgent, may not be very important, but if the task comes up, your head as urgent, you have to do it. And it is important, you have to definitely do it as giving a top priority. So find out important is otherwise is a task which directly contributes to your goals and results. Therefore, I'm sure you would have known about quadrant, time management quadrant. Please refer it. And I'm sure your training team process will have told you. Important of time management we call life management because life, for example, you live for 100 years. You break it down to years, month, and days and hours. Only those many number of hours we have in our life. Therefore, take care of time management is equivalent to life management, isn't it? And 20% of our efforts contribute to 80% of the results. Find out what are those 50% of the critical efforts we have to put in to get the 80% of the results. That is called Pareto principle, 80-20 rule. For example, 80% of the results and TechM, for example. In Tech Mahindra, 80% of the revenues come from 20% of the big blue chip customers of Tech Mahindra. Same thing applies to TCS, IBM, Accenture, Tech Mahindra, Infosys, Capgemini, any company for that matter. The bad news, yeah, don't be busy, be productive. We always say that we don't have time and we are busy and all that, right? I love this statement, friends. Michael Ashwari said, the bad news is time flies, the good news is you are the pilot. Since you are the pilot, you steer the time carefully and prioritize and optimize, manage your time. Now come to emotional intelligence. This is a very important life skill that enhances your employability. What is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is understanding your own emotions and emotions of the other people and strike a balance and maintain a good interpersonal and social skills. It's called emotional intelligence. Emotion, energy plus motion. EQ is greater than IQ. EI and law of attraction are related. If you have strong emotions and feel about it, for example, you want to become a IAS officer, for example, you work well and work towards it, take your specialization, and work very hard and believe in your bones that you will get it and we call it as positive visualization, subconscious mind. What you think, you become, Gautam Buddha said. And constantly think about it, feel about it, and work towards it. Then, if you think and feel nothing happen, you have to work towards it. Then you can become a civil servant. Thought plus feelings have become manifestations. Work with passion, purpose, and presence, and feel, believe, and receive. And emotional intelligence is very, very important. Consider four aspects, friends. Self-awareness, about your own self, self-awareness, self-manage your own self means self-discipline. College is having some rules and regulations. Please follow discipline. 9 o'clock is your class. Better be there at 8:55. Be there. Sit in your places. Switch on the system or board, or wipe the whiteboard and keep it ready. Duster or piece for your teacher. Keep the classroom ready. Then the process will really love and respect you, isn't it? Self-management is discipline. Respect your commitment to time management. If you give an appointment and you said you deliver the assignment by 3 p.m. today, come what may, you should deliver by 3 p.m. Tsunami comes. That should be your fire in the belly. That should be your word, should be your bond. That is called self-management. Empathy, seek first to understand. Empathy is put yourself in the shoes of others and empathize with other people and see that what is the point of view of others. Dr. Stephen Covey, he wrote a book called Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. He says in the fourth habit is seek first to understand, then to be understood. First understand others, then expect them to understand you. But we are all really selfish people. We always think other person should understand me, isn't it? Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Understand what is the point of view, my friend or my teacher or my father or mother, brother. Skilled relationships is all. These are the empathy, self-awareness, self-management, and skilled relationships are the four dimensions of emotional intelligence. Be unique, be yourself and become who you are. What you think, you become. What Dr. Gautam Buddha said, and I'll tell you more about it. And ability to change is called adaptability. Change management, adaptability. I told you adaptability about dinosaur and all that. I quickly run through it. Change is the law, growth is optional, choose wisely. HR professionals in the interview, they observe that they hire people, the ability to think the people will be recruited on their ability to deal with the change and uncertainty. Are you able to manage change? They ask you, are you adaptable? Are you flexible? Can you relocate to Pune? I have a project in Calcutta. Can you go there for 1 year and come back? Though you ask for example, Chennai. But their project is in Hyderabad. Will you be able to go there? And can you manage change? Can you go to US, Australia, Japan? Or so you love Java, but there's a .NET project. Can you go there? Can you quickly upskill, reskill, cross skill, and go to .NET and then go there? This is what actually the adaptability is all about, right? TCS is a great company. We are proud of TCS, the big brother of Indian IT, number one IT company in India, number third as per market capitalization. TCS is the number third global technology company in the world. You know that? It says experience certainty. That is, my dear existing or future employees, if you come to TCS, you can experience certainty about your career, learning, and growth. My dear customers, if you do business and give projects to TCS, you can experience certainty about your delivery of your project on time, within budget, in a faster, better, cheaper, larger, steadier, and consistent manner. Therefore, that's a marketing slogan and punchy statement of TCS. Experience certainty, because TCS knows that the world is uncertain. That's why it is projecting that experience certainty by joining TCS. That's right. Every company has a slogan. Please observe carefully and understand the meaning of it. Don't always think about blockchain, IoT, AI, technology. I'm sorry, don't mistake me. You are technical people. End of the day, you have to work with technology. I know. I give 60% importance to technology. 40% you focus on all this. Example, Capgemini. In Capgemini, the question is, boss, you want to work in Capgemini? Good. You have come to interview stage. Wonderful. What is the byline, that is a tagline of Capgemini? What do you understand by tagline of my company, Capgemini? Capgemini, that's how we pronounce. If you don't read their website and if you don't observe it and you say, sir, I'm going to work as a systems analyst and developer, coder, programmer, tester, and why are you ask? Can you say that? You should if you have presence of mind and prepare on 360-degree angle, yes or no? Therefore, what you should say? You should say, sir, your tagline is people matter, results count. Capgemini tagline. I am giving one example. Tomorrow, you search for tomorrow and you're attending interview, all this, spend 2 hours on their website and note down all this. Sir, your company byline is people matter, comma, results count. For you, people matter. People means employees. People matter. Results count. and results count. Results count means that is for that for you business results profitability is also count. Uh, therefore it is also important that it is important that results are also very important. Therefore, you respect people and you take business results through people. That is the understanding, sir. That's what you have to say. Charles Darwin theory of evolution. I already told about antivirus as dinosaurs. Very important. And we are in the era of survival of the most adaptable. Adapt to the changes. I already told about. Otherwise, we join dinosaur era and Vance versus dinosaur. And change when you want to, not when you have to. And learnability, ability to learn is very, very fast. You need to learning has three dimensions: learn, unlearn, and relearn. And you need to constantly upskill, reskill, and cross skill in order to learn the relevant technologies as per the trends happening in the technology space. And visit Gartner, ask your professors about trends happening and learn them. And do some relevant courses, offline, online, in the college, outside the college, or whatever. Sharpen the saw. Is a talk about learnability. Stephen Covey wrote a book called Seven Habits. The seventh habit is called Sharpen the Saw, where he says that woodcutter goes to a forest and asks for a work. One master gives a axe and sword, ask him to cut the woods and bring it to the table. On day one, he gets 10 woods. Then day two, 9, 8, 7. Then after 5 days, he says, Master, my productivity coming down, and but you are paying me according to the woods I am cutting every day, and please guide me, mentor me. He says, friend, when was the last time you sharpened your saw? Friend, so then it was eye opener for him. He was not doing it. Then the axe becomes blunt, and then he realized that he has to sharpen the saw. He saw the every few minutes every morning before going to forest. Then onwards. So when was the last time you sharpened your saw, learning something new skills apart from our regular academic skills? Have you presented a paper, seminar, symposium, conference, or attended something? Have you any certifications? Do you have any extra skills? Is what actually the question you have to. So when was the last time you sharpened our saw? Never give up. Positive attitude, networking, stress management. I already told about it. Work with a never give up attitude. And also said one. I spent 10 seconds on this that you need to work with 1 degree more attitude. Water, when you boil to 98 degrees, it will nothing will happen. If you increase one more degree, what will happen, friends? It generates 100 degrees, water gives steam, vapor. That steam can move train engines and turbines. That is the beauty of 1 degree more attitude. Then it will move the ride engines also. So never forget and work with 1 degree more attitude. These are the universal life skills: communication, attitude, teamwork, time management, leadership skills, and all I think I just mentioned. Be a self-motivator, step out of comfort zone, work for the excellence, be relevant, be confident. Secret of success is confidence, secret of self-confidence is preparation practice. In interview, people, in organizations, people look at your in hiring process, your confidence level, friends. Work with a tremendous degree of confidence. Example, Abraham Lincoln said, if I have 6 hours to cut a tree, I spend first 4 hours to sharpen my saw. That is, if I have 6 hours, 4 hours I sharpen my saw and 2 hours I spend for cutting the tree. That signifies the importance of preparation practice. Very, very important. Is there any formula for success? No. We have to work hard, keep the learning spirit, be authentic, have a plan, be learnable and adaptable. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam is one of my top most role model. I am very fortunate. I met Dr. Kalam in Tech Mahindra. He came for a Tech Mahindra company in the other lecture, and he's a great man, rocket scientist, people president, and teacher. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful man. He met millions and millions of students. No other leader met as Dr. Kalam met. And he said, when the righteousness is in the heart, there is a beauty in the character. When there is beauty in the character, there is a harmony at home. When there is a harmony at home, there is order in the nation. When there is an order in the nation, there is a peace in the world. When you are a kind, righteous, honest person of a heart of one individual, he led to the peace in the world. Aim high, low aim is a crime. Dr. Kalam said, aim high, low aim is a crime. Thank you very much, friends. And that's all I wanted to share with you to impress upon the fact that how life skills are important for you. They're essential, they're extremely important. Therefore, life skills are called, current nomenclature of life skills is essential skills, how they enhance your employability. Thank you. Wish you all the best and Godspeed success. Well, and if any questions, I'll try to answer. Over to Sir. Go back to you, Sir, Dr. Viveka. Thank you very much. If there are any questions, I'll try to answer. Hello, sir. Hello, Dr. Vivek. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir, Dr. Vivek. And I am through. And if any questions, I'll try to answer.
Yes. Dear participants, if you have any questions, Sir is ready to answer your queries. You can just unmute and you can ask if you have any queries.
Sir, very good evening, sir.
Good
My name
evening.
is Srinivas Prasad, sir.
Yes, Srinivas.
Sir, sir, as a senior person in recruiting so many employees, sir, if you could permit me, I will ask you a small question, sir.
Please go ahead.
Sir, I had this question for the last 5 to 6 years, sir. When I was in 10th standard, my teachers told me that while interviewing, there will be critical questions asked by the HR team like that. Sir, when the question rises like by showing a picture of a glass full of water, as you said, maintaining positive attitude is very important. Then how could we answer, sir, by saying whether it is half full or it is half empty?
Your question has answered.
Sir, no,
Srinivas.
sir.
Yeah.
Sir, 1 minute, sir. Let
You
me
are
clarify.
through. You are through, or you have any other question?
Sir, only this, sir.
Okay.
Means if we see through the positive attitude, sir, then we can say that it is half full, sir.
You are
But
right.
if HR thinks that the aspirant should fill that, then they may expect the answer like it is half empty. Then only we can fill it, right?
No, never. The HR never thinks that way. Okay. Let me
Okay.
tell you. Thank you for asking, Srinivas. You are a good
Uh,
question.
yes.
Yes. Yeah. Give me 1 minute. I'll explain to you
Okay, sir. Sure.
comprehensively. That's a good question. Thanks for asking. And any HR in any company, any interview in your life, please remember that they expect you to be very positive, optimistic, and they expect you to be a problem solver and work with solution mindset, and always nurture a very holistic and healthy positive attitude. Number one. Generic questions, I know in the top 10 questions you already know. Oh, what do you know about my company? Why should I hire you? And if I ask your process, what feedback they give you? What is your strength? What is your weakness? Why do you want to join my company? What do you know about my company? And what is your project? And do you have any questions for us? All these are regular top 10 questions. You are already aware of it, and you are preparing you with the help of your process and questions, and there are a lot of material also in indiabix.com and such websites and all that. In the case of the example you are given off, is off the glass half full and empty in the HR interview room. If they say that how do you perceive it, you can definitely say that it is half full and I am an optimist, and for me it is half full, and I see a positive perspective from this glass, and so therefore I feel is half full, sir, and present a positive optimistic outlook there, and you need not say that it is half empty and worry about it. HR never expects you to say half empty, and HR never expects you to say that you give any that kind of an answer. They always go for a person who is a positive, optimistic, and at the same time they also ask several follow-up questions, see that whether you have team working skills, leadership skills, and problem solving skills, and your ability to work with a solution mindset, and technology, and can you write code, immaculate code, error-free code, and all that. They assess you. They spend 30-40 minutes with each candidate, right? Therefore, as you rightly said, say that is awful and demonstrate and project your positive outlook and optimism. That's all. Thank you. Did I answer, Srinivas?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very
Okay.
much, sir.
Thank you. Any other questions? Be prepared thoroughly about your project and prepare thoroughly about your last question. Do you have any question for us? Don't skip it. Don't say no and walk out. Please ask one or two minimum questions, and that is a great opportunity for you. If you don't ask questions, they feel that we are we lack ambition, and we are all not really lack the fire or ambition to get the job. You're not probably not interested in the job. Ask questions like, for example, sir, what are the learning opportunities you provide in emerging technologies in your company, sir? What are the emerging technologies you are already using in your projects, sir? Sir, what is the growth plans of your company, sir? What is the what are the career growth opportunities for a fresher like me if I join as a software engineer in your company, sir? Like that, you ask questions related to learning, related to technology, related to training, related to your career growth. Then they respect you, and they take you very seriously, and they'll be very happy. They expect you to ask one or two questions. Don't say no questions and walk out. They say what to process say about you. Then on project, work very hard and do your project on your own, and then On project, they can ask 10 different questions, and you should be able to speak about your project minimum 2 minutes thoroughly about technologies, team size, what are learnings or any failures, and what did you learn, and what is the scope for the project for further research and all that. So, your project is your baby. Please prepare thoroughly. Thank you. Yeah, always be positive and optimistic in the interview room, and don't try to what is called give a wrong answer or say that they don't identify. They are very smart, very experienced people, and they identify. I give one example. One of our students in the resume put cricket as a hobby, and and yeah. Before that, I'll tell you one thing. In Vice President Capgemini came to our college, and we had lunch together. I asked him, "Sir, what do you look for from my students in the interview?" He said, "Nothing, sir. Your students have to be good at their basics, fundamentals of their subject." CSE, CEEE or whatever. They should be good at their fundamentals of their basic subject. Number two, we expect your students to be authentic, honest, sincere, and be authentic. Be what you are. You don't try to be somebody else. Be authentic, sincere, honest, and be yourself. Example he quoted was, he said, "Sir, I interviewed one candidate, and in the interview he quoted in resume cricket as a hobby. When I asked him about what is your opinion about the performance of India in the last week IPL match, why we didn't get that tournament, and all some related questions IPL. He could not answer, and finally, when I probed further, he said, "Sir, sorry, I not followed cricket much. I copied resume from my friend." Gone. Interview is over. Friend, can they trust him or her? They say, "Boss, you. It's a lack of authenticity. It's an issue of integrity and ethics. Therefore, boss, thank you very much. See you next time. Thank you. Please go away." Gone. He quoted an example to me. So when you put every word, you should have a command and be a realistic. Don't quote which you are not there. Be what you are. Be authentic and be real. Be sincere, honest, and put every word which you will be able to explain in the resume. Be authentic. Thank you. Authentic. Please remember life. Thank you. Next question, sir. Okay. Hope you got it, and I hope it's useful to you. Be good at your basics. Fundas should be clear. Basics of your subject, whatever is your branch of engineering, and be authentic and sincere and honest. Dr. Kalam calls it as righteousness in the heart. I am a great fan of Dr. Kalam. 6 years ago, he came to IIT Madras. I attended that lecture. I am speaking with some of emotion and passion because I met these great people. You know, my friends, and please understand that I met Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, Thomas Friedman, Dr. Kalam, and Robin Sharma, and Ram Charan, such global leaders in Satyam and Deccan. That is why I learned from all these people their lectures and their association when they came to the company. That's why I'm trying to share some of these pointers with you. Jack Welch, all that. Thank you. So, Dr. Vivek, any further questions or otherwise?
Students,
We,
I think so you have no more questions.
I know I know, Dr. Vivek, more time. My anxiety is to share more information with our beloved students.
Yes, yes,
That's the only my purpose with which I am speaking like this. I know they have taken a little more time, but still there is a purpose behind it. I request you to record and put it in the intranet, rather your platform of the college, and whoever missed it, request them to see it, and I am sure they will appreciate it. They will learn it. I want this to reach as many students as possible, Dr. Vivek.
sure, sir. Definitely, definitely, sir.
Right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for your session, sir. Got to know many things regarding the employability and HR discussions. Thank you very much, sir. Uh, Thank you very much for taking this session
Thank you.
on
Thank you.
behalf
Thank you,
of
sir.
Department of Computer Science Engineering and on behalf of our Adanapalli Institute of Technology and Science. Thank you very
Beautiful.
much, sir.
Grateful
Thank
to
you, dear
you.
participants, for attending this final session of the 3-day orientation program. Like this, we are
Thank,
ending the session. Thank you.
thank you, sir. Thanks to the college management. Thanks to the principal, sir. Thank you, Dr. Basha, our HOD of CSE. Thank you, Dr. Vivek. Thanks to all the students who participated, and thanks for the opportunity. Bye bye. God bless you and Jai Hind.
Jai Hind, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.